I'm Nicole. Welcome back to another story in our Wade in the Water series. Now these stories are all about water in the Bible. God working in the water, God working on the water, and God working through the water. Our last story was about Moses, when Moses was a baby, and how his big sister Miriam and his mother saved him. This story is about Moses as a grown-up man. In fact, he was a fairly old man when this story takes place. The Hebrew people were enslaved by the Egyptians. They were made to do very hard work. They didn't have enough food to eat or enough water. They weren't free to travel to visit their family or friends. All they could do was work and work and work. It was a very sad and hard time for the people of God. God called on Moses to help his people. He wanted the Hebrew people to be free. Moses, who had grown up in the palace of the Pharaoh, came to the Pharaoh and said, "Please, set my people free." Pharaoh said no. Moses came to him again and again, asking for freedom for his people. But Pharaoh's heart was hard. Pharaoh said time and time again, no. God sent plagues onto Egypt. He sent locusts, which are flying bugs, to eat the crops. He sent frogs. He sent many dangers and illnesses to the Egyptians. And still, Pharaoh said no. Finally, the baby boys of the Pharaoh's people were in danger in the same way that Moses' people were in danger once. Now Pharaoh said, "Moses, you may take your people and go." And so Moses and the people of God began a long journey away from Egypt. They were far away from Egypt when Pharaoh had a change of heart. Pharaoh said, "I want the Hebrew people back. I do not want them to be free." He sent his soldiers to chase them. Moses and his people were in danger once again. They had walked and walked and walked and walked, thinking that maybe they could get to freedom. But they came to the edge of a great sea. There was deep, deep waters, and the people had no boats. They knew that the soldiers were coming. They did not know how they could get to freedom. But Moses called to God. Moses knew that God loved his people and wanted them to be free. Moses came to the waters and put his staff in the waters. And there was a great wind. A wind from God. And the power of God split the waters in two, so that there was a wall of water on one side and a wall of water on the other side. And in the middle was dry land. Now the people of God could pass through the waters safely. And Moses and his people crossed. When the soldiers came, God closed up the waters again. Some of the soldiers were caught in the waters, and some were caught on the other side. They could not catch the people of God or Moses. And from there, the people were able to walk into the wilderness, where God would continue to lead them to the promised land. Now I wonder what it would feel like to see the waters split in two, to watch a huge wall of water come up on either side of the sea. I wonder if there would have been fish. I wonder how brave the people had to be, and how brave Moses had to be to leave and escape slavery. I wonder what it would feel like to go from being in danger to being safe. Once again, let's think about our passage, our memory verse for wade in the water. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. That is God speaking to us. God says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Moses and the people were able to pass through the waters, and God was with them. I wonder what kinds of waters you might pass through this week, where God will be with you. Now would be a good time to spend some time wondering with your family. You can also do some activities along with these stories. You might try using a big bowl of water and having some of your own people walk through the water. If you have Lego people or wooden peg people, you can try that at home. I wonder if you could even blow the water and make it move. That's something to try at home. Until my next story, well, we'll be hearing the story of Jonah and the big fish. May God bless and keep us. Amen.